Good morning. Does everything sound all right? Let me know. New mic. New mic. Hopefully everything looks good. Sounds good. I had to switch a few settings. I made a video yesterday and it wasn't on mono, so it was only coming out of one side of the speaker. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, introverts. Yeah, definitely. Sounds good, Reen. Little soft, yeah. It's going to be a little bit softer. I could put the gain up a little bit, but maybe just turn your volume up. I can talk a little bit louder. It's a little low because this mic it needs a lot of gain to, I can turn the gain up. I'll do it now. All right. Yeah, it's a little quieter than usual. It's going to be because of the mic. The mic is it's like a very powerful mic, so you need to talk a lot louder. Talk louder. I can see the gain. It's like it's not quite getting into the yellow on I'll show you here. It's going to be like an inception look for you guys, but you can see right in the bottom here, the gain is around the green. It usually is in the yellow. So just raise your volume, guys. I just move it up. Move it up a little bit. Or I'll eat the mic for you. Okay. How's that? That should be a little bit better. So I got a Shure SM7B. It's a studio mic. It's a little bit better, and it's just way too quiet. Why can't I find the like button? It's gone. Yeah, I know I tried to do it without the cloud lifter. It sounds okay in post because I can raise the gain, but it should be okay. I mean, if it's too quiet, if you guys literally can't hear me, then I'll get a cloud lifter, but I think it's okay. I'll just talk a little bit louder today. So, all right. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good morning. It is Friday. I'm excited. I'm excited to end this week. It's been a very good week for me. I needed a week like this. The last 2 weeks for me has been pretty crappy, and this week I'm up like $5,000. So I'm happy with the week so far. Happy with the opportunities that I've had. So let's see if we can end it strong, end it good. Let's make sure we are focused on the technicals that are there, but also we have to remember that we have to know that this morning we have some economic data. So we have Jackson Hole, Jerome Powell will be speaking at 10 a.m. And then we also have PCE price index this morning. We have a bunch of things to watch out for: consumer spending, nominal personal income. So a lot of economic data that could definitely change, what we're looking at here. And we have to understand that could totally invalidate the technicals we look at today on the pre-market live stream. So let's go ahead and look. Let's get a baseline for today. Let's get an idea of what we're looking at. And let's prepare for the day. So today we're going to look at futures economic earnings calendar. I will go ahead and pull up that right now. So the economic calendar, guys, this is the biggest thing today. This is what basically the market's been waiting on. So here's today. We can see Friday, we got a pretty packed calendar. So PCE price index, we have that's going to be very important. Made 3,800 yesterday, an SPX rejection of 4180. Nice, Raphael. Yeah, man, that was a sick rejection again yesterday on the ES. It ended up pushing later day, but the first rejection early morning was badass. So very nice, Raphael. Nice trade. I know a lot of guys in the chat caught that as well. We were sort of outlining that rejection. I was a little bit of a what to take it. I had a nice green day behind me, and I didn't really want to get too aggressive, but that was a nice trade. So PCE price index, real disposable income, real consumer spending, and then at 10 a.m. today, guys, Fed Chair Jerome Powell will be speaking at the Jackson Hole retreat. So definitely some stuff that could be market moving. On top of that, we have 5-year inflation expectations, which could be influential as well. So that's what I would watch. Amazon not expected to make a bid for EA. I thought it's funny. It's funny how this stuff changes all the time. This not just some news that just came out. All right, so that's economic calendar, guys. On the earnings side of things, let's see. On the economic side of things, let me pull. I'm sorry, on the earnings side, let's pull that up. 1 second. Yeah, we got nothing. I'll pull it up, but we really don't have anything here. So yesterday, I'm sorry, day before we had NVIDIA, of course. NVIDIA had a nice bounce. Yesterday we had Affirm after close, Marvell after close. We had Ulta, Peloton pre-market, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Today, I don't even know what this is. Jinko Solar, no idea. So nothing much on the earnings today. Basically all economic. So let's make sure we're aware of that. Tesla weakness. You guys saw Tesla yesterday. We saw Tesla yesterday, really weak, really weak yesterday on Tesla. I'm not really sure what it was. It must have just been a little bit of a side effect of that stock split, but Tesla really weak yesterday, basically was against the market all day. So I want to make sure to look at Tesla today. Chip stocks were very strong. NVIDIA, AMD, we'll look at Qualcomm, we'll look at TSM, we'll look at all the chip stocks today in the stream. Meta, we have to watch this very key hold on Meta today. Well, I'm going to show you guys that. Apple, really strong retest on Apple. Microsoft underperformance, has been underperforming for a few days now. Amazon rejection point, Snow, and then Zoom and Disney have some really nice gaps to take to watch out for. So we'll get a few things here, prepare for our day, and at the end of the stream, you guys can recommend stocks for us to look at. So stick around to the end. So let's get started. Nasdaq. So if you saw my video yesterday, there is a bullish break and retest on this chart. But, of course, like I said in the video, technicals can only go so far today. So if we look at this chart, guys, on the daily, we can see, I'm going to take off the SMAs, and I'm just going to look at just the daily, just the chart. So you can see this previous May rejection point that turned into support here in early August and is turning into support once again. So we have a rejection into support into support. You can see right there, rejection into support into support. 12,850, 12,900, that is where the market has held to the upside. If we go to the hourly chart and we zoom out, get more time here, we can see that that is your exact support level right here. That little green area you can see is held as support. So support, very nice demand hold here on the Nasdaq. Does this hold the market higher? That's sort of what I made a video about yesterday, because that is very interesting to me. You can see previous support into support once again. So that's nice. That's our first look. Now we know that if the market breaks this level, we are definitely moving lower, right? If we go ahead and break these lows, we know for sure, we have that confirmation that we are definitely going to be moving lower, right? If you break here, and you start to slip here and turn this into rejection, then you know that that is going to be a nice downside. Yeah, I'm aware of the cloud lifter. I'm aware of it. Yeah, I felt like I didn't need it because of the amp that I got, but we'll see. Maybe I'll have to get it. So reject or support. Watch out for that, guys. The rejection points to watch out for today. The first one is this 13,100 level, which we are sitting at right now. You can see right now 13,100. That is a level I would watch. You can see we have a previous rejection here, previous rejection here, previous support here and here. And then we have this little pop above it yesterday, but we are trading below it again. So this 13,100 level is definitely interesting to me. I want to make sure I'm aware of what happens here at 13.1. You can see we have a previous rejection, support, and it is possibly turning into a rejection again. It got over it yesterday, end of day, on a really late day push. But do we trust that late day push? Or was that a little bit of a fake? And then, and do we hold this 13.1 area? So watch out for that today. That's my first watch, 13,001. Then we can watch yesterday's highs, of course, which was around 13,000. Let's see, where was yesterday's highs? Right around 13,160. We can put that on our charts, 13,160. Keep that on our charts today. And then if I zoom out back to the hourly chart, we can take a look at some of these previous highs, previous lows. So the first one I would say is right here at 13,230. This is a previous support that turned into a rejection right around 13,230. And then to the next one would probably be these lows right here around 13.3. So there's definitely some levels above to watch out for. Just look to the left, right? You have these previous levels of support into resistance, previous level of support here, previous resistance here. So I would watch out for some of these levels. I think the major thing today, guys, is 13.1. Do we hold above that? If we can get above 13.1, I would expect more opportunity to the upside. If we reject here today, then I would say watch out for the pushback towards this 12.8, 12.9. So that is everything for me today. 13.1 area, and then 12.8, 12.9 has to hold as support. Okay? So that's the Nasdaq. Here's the ES. Actually, I want to show you one more thing on the Nasdaq. Last thing I want to show you on the Nasdaq is on the 15-minute chart. I would want to see so you can see if we just look day over day. Let's delete all this and look just day over day. You want to see it hold this area. This is the previous day high. So this is very key. This is the last little short-term thing I want to show you. You can see we pushed yesterday, end of day. We had previous rejections around this 13,080. You have a rejection here. You have a rejection right here, late day. I would want to see this level hold today, right? So you can see it's already turning into support. This is a very good short-term look at the Nasdaq. You can see the Nasdaq this morning is actually turning these yesterday rejection points into support this morning. So that is definitely a key watch here as well. Right around this 13,080, you can see rejection, 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 and you can see the support that's being built here. So that would be the last thing I'm watching, guys. The previous yesterday rejection points into support this morning. All right. ES. So I'm going to show you real quick on the short term just what we were just looking at. Here's the ES, and you can see it's doing the same thing this morning. Previous rejection right here, previous rejection right here, and then it is turning into support right here. So rejection, rejection, support. This is a very important hold on the short term, guys, this morning. This is the 15-minute chart. So watch out for that today. That's definitely an important hold on the market. Rejection, rejection into support. Let's go into the 4-hour. Okay, here's the 4-hour. And if you look at the 4-hour, look at where the 4,200 level comes in. The 4,200 level is the exact high of this May area. This is on May 29th, May 30th. And you can see that we are starting to see a rejection right at that level. So 4,200, you have a previous rejection here, and you are starting to reject it again. So that would be the must break level for me today to see upside. If we can get above 4,200, that would be your main breakout for the ES. 4,200 break, turn it into support, then I think you can see more. But really, that is going to be a tough level. So 4,200, I would watch that. If I put on the daily SMA, you will also see that is the 20 SMA right there. So here's the 20 SMA on the daily chart. It's sitting here right around 4,200, 4,193. So that is definitely a watch. 4,193, 4,200, and I would watch that today. So 4,193, 4,200, and then you want to hold the previous yesterday's rejection points, right, into support. So previous rejection points into support, that's today, 4,185 into 4,200. Okay? All right. 4,200. Yeah, line of scrimmage. Totally agree. 4,200 line of scrimmage. That's everything. That's everything. Dow. Here's the Dow, and we can see that the Dow is sort of sitting at that line of scrimmage as well, like Mr. TNT said. So you can see previous rejections here on the Dow, right here at those highs, is exactly where the Dow rejected yesterday. Right here, Dow rejected this 33,250, 33,260, and that is right there at that previous rejection point. So rejection, 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 33,260. That is the level to watch there today on the Dow. So watch that. Watch that rejection point there at 33,260. And that's really what I would watch on the Dow. And then to look for the previous yesterday's highs that turn into support. If we zoom out to the 4-hour, we can see you did a nice little break and retest here. You have a very nice previous rejection into support. Rejection, rejection, rejection into support. So that is nice. But you can see where it is starting to reject right there at that previous high, 33,260. All right. We can go over the Russell real quick. Russell, same thing. Previous rejections into support from this May area, 1900. And if you guys look to the upside, you can see previous rejection, previous rejection. So watch out for that. 1960 on the Russell. If you break above 1960, you might get more. 1960 is that big level, but you can see just looking at the previous levels, you have held this as support at 1900. So 1900, nice hold. Looking for the upside. If you go to the 5-minute chart, you can see we are starting to reject right there. That 1960 level is the previous rejection point from right here back on May the 8th of August. So basically, guys, right now, if I had to recap what I'm looking at here on the futures, I like the holds that I'm seeing. I'm liking the day-over-day holds, like from yesterday to today to today is a nice retest hold. I like it on the longer-term time frames as well. However, in about 10 minutes, 13 minutes, we have to see what PCE price index says, see how we react to that, and then we'll have to see how we react at 10 a.m. to Jerome Powell. All right, guys, let's continue. All right, so Tesla, right? Yeah, let's go Tesla. So Tesla on the 4-hour, this is the 4-hour chart on Tesla, and you can see yesterday was extremely, extremely weak. We had a gap fill to the downside, and we just continued lower almost all day. We did not find much of any support, even when the market was moving higher. Tesla actually closed the day red as we got that huge push on the market end of day. So you can see we're sort of just wedging here. I think this could be the potential of a bear flag, and if we break this downtrend, or if we break this uptrend, I think Tesla could have downside, right? If the market sees downside today, if you guys see the ES and Nasdaq drop off, any kind of economic data we see today, I would definitely be looking for Tesla to break this flag, for sure. So support, higher lows with a flat top, that is a bear flag. If the weakness continues like we saw yesterday and you break this uptrend, I would be looking for this move. I would probably look for it to yesterday's lows, which was around 292, and then I would watch this 288 area, and then I would watch these 285 area. So definitely some levels to watch the downside. I definitely think, if the market's weak, Tesla could break this flag. If the market's strong, I would just look for us to bounce off this flag again. So Tesla, bear flag on the 4-hour. Watch for that breakdown. I think that's your biggest opportunity here if we get downside. Watch for this breakdown. If I go to the short-term time frames, I will look at, the last few days of price action, and you guys can just see it's been a pretty choppy, messy chart. I really haven't enjoyed trading Tesla over the last few days. It's been pretty choppy. So I would love to see something nice here. Nice little bear flag breakdown. That would be a very nice trade. So watching that today. Chip stocks. That is NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, TSM. We'll look at all of them. So chip stocks, 4-hour chart. What a bounce on NVIDIA yesterday. I did not expect this. I did expect it to try to hold this demand down below, but What a push. What a push off 165. So big push off 165. You guys can see right here, previous support into support again, exact same level, 165, 164.50. Very nice push. Big day for NVIDIA. However, right, watch out for this rejection point. This is definitely a very major rejection up here around 180 to 181. You can see we have a previous rejection. We have a previous, support here, previous support here. And on top of all of that, we have the 20 and the 20 and the 100 SMA sitting right there at 181.50, 180. So I need to see NVIDIA get over this area, get over these SMAs. This is the 100 SMA in the daily. This is the 20 SMA in the daily. Definitely watching this area. If this starts to show rejections, you could possibly try to trade some of this to the downside to make back some of that move from yesterday. So watch out for 181.50, 20 SMA, 100 SMA, previous rejection points. If you get over that, then I would say there's a reason for more upside, but you have to get over this area. You have to get over this area. So watch out for that 181.50 area on NVIDIA. Very nice push yesterday. Unfortunately, I traded NVIDIA to the upside, but I just sold it way too soon. I had a really nice entry right here. There was a really clean break and retest right here. I got in off this retest of these pre-market highs. It was right in that general area. Got in on this retest, 9 EMA hold, traded it to about here. And just took my profits, but you can see later in the day, look at this run. So could have done better on NVIDIA yesterday. Sold it a little early, but it is what it is. Nice trade on NVIDIA. Nice push to the upside yesterday. I would look for this 181.50 area. This was sick. We talked about AMD yesterday. I'm sure you guys remember. We talked about the break of this little downtrend. So let me get this time frame right. Why sure I can't talk any louder. You gotta increase your volume. If you can't hear me, then I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a cloud lifter, but I'm talking as loud as I can. I see your comments. You've said it about 5 times. So you guys can see AMD right here. You have a very nice previous support. You have 91, right? 91 rejection into support again. You can see right here, 91, 91, and 91. So very nice. They look messy because I have the SMAs on. So I'm watching these daily SMAs. So it looks a little bit messy. I agree. But I want to make sure I'm aware. I want to make sure you guys are aware where these SMAs are, right? So you have the 20 SMA here, you have the 100 SMA here, and you have the 50 SMA here. These comments, man. Jesus Christ. All right. So if you guys don't like the charts, you don't have to watch. So I'm putting these SMAs on so that you guys can see where these SMAs are. They're important. So try to ignore them if you can't read through the lines. So 20 SMAs here, 100 SMAs here. Previous support into rejection, or previous rejection into support again on AMD. We were watching this downtrend, and you can see, look at that pop above that downtrend yesterday. Huge pop right above that downtrend. Very strong. So rejection, downtrend, and boom, straight through it. Straight through that push. So very nice push. Very nice push on AMD. Now, the only thing is, look at where it pushed into. You can see support. Yeah, can't believe it's free is right. I know. You can see support here on AMD back at 97, and you can see the rejections right here. So previous support into a rejection. That is something I would definitely be watching here on AMD. If you get weakness on the market and you see the rejections on the market, can you pull the blinds up? You can see previous support into rejection. If there is weakness on the market, I would look for the pullback. That would also align with the pullback on NVIDIA, right? So previous support into a possible rejection. I would look for these. If the market is weak today, these could be nice pullback areas. So watch out for that. Previous support into rejection. I will turn off the SMAs for you so you can see this. It's the same exact thing. Rejection or support, rejection. Watch out for that on AMD. If you get through this, right? If you get through this 97.50, then you probably can see more upside. If you get through that 97.50 on AMD, you can probably get more upside. If you get through this 181.50 on NVIDIA, you can get more upside. But these are previous lows that you have to watch out for today. Okay? Qualcomm. I don't think Qualcomm made too much of a move. It's sort of just consolidating here. So you can see Qualcomm is trying to turn this previous support into previous rejection into support. So you can see right here, guys, you're sort of just holding this previous rejection area, support, support, support. So Qualcomm, not really much. Not really much here on Qualcomm. I would probably be more focused on AMD, NVIDIA, personally. I don't see much here. Maybe Qualcomm tries to test the top side of this channel off this demand hold, but more interested in NVIDIA, AMD. Let's take a look at TSM. Yeah, nothing much going on here either. So I think the big watches today, guys, is to watch AMD and NVIDIA for sure because they were momentum movers yesterday. You have to watch them again, see if they reject these levels or see if they continue through them. If they break through, if the market's strong, this could be a very nice trade again. If the market's weak and these reject, then you have a very nice risk to reward to the downside. So either way, I would absolutely be watching these two stocks today. All right. Meta. So Meta, I was sort of talking about the bottom side of this channel holding as demand, which it has done so far, right? You can see that it is holding so far. You have the bottom side support, 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 and it is turning into support once again. Very nice demand hold. Now that we got over this previous low, you can see right here, previous low right here, we have to hold that, right? We have to turn that into support. That's the only way you see upside here. We already did Tesla. You can go back to you have to zoom out or go back to the beginning of the live stream. So support all right here around 166. You have to turn that into support now. That is a must. If you pull back here and you bounce off of it, that could be a very nice opportunity, right? That could be a very nice opportunity. If you pull back to 166, if you hold it as support, that could be a very nice push. So watching that, I'm watching to see if Meta wants to hold that, because if Meta does hold that and the market finds upside today, I'm interested in potentially longing this. Yeah, no, it's not a good stock. I agree, Will. It's a hard stock to trade, but I'm sort of trying to trade the channel because I've looked at the channel for so long and I never traded it. So I want to give it a shot. You know, it's nothing that's going to be a big position size, but I want to see, can I trade this channel? You know, can I try to take advantage of this downside demand and try to trade it back into around 183, 182. So I'm watching it. I'm not like sold on it. That's why I haven't taken a position yet. But I'm looking to see, does 166 turn into support today? If it does not, then you're probably just going to slip right back under. All right. So that's Meta. Let's go over Apple real quick before the data comes out. We'll go start it real quick. I just want to show you guys this really nice retest and daily SMA hold. So here's the daily SMA. You guys can see, look at this retest real quick before we get to in 1 minute. Previous rejections into support on Apple. That is really nice. Previous rejections into support on Apple and the 20 SMA holding as well. I like that. So watch out for that today. I'll come back to Apple after the news comes out. So Nasdaq, let's take a look. Let's see what happens here. 830 PCE price index. Let's get the data pulled up. Here we go. Where's the best place for this? Zoom in, scroll down. All right. Let's see what happens here, guys. Yeah, I'll make sure to repaint the room. I'll change everything for you guys. I'll get a new mic, new camera. I'll change the room. I'll move my house. I'll sell my house tonight. And I'll make sure to do everything possible for you guys. I know it costs a lot to be here. I know it costs a lot to be here, so I want to make sure I respect your requests. All right, so let's see. Not much movement right now. Do I shop at Costco? No, I do not. You know why? Because it's too bulk. I don't eat that much. I don't eat enough to make Costco worth it. A little bit of upside here. So you guys can see, look at where we're holding. We're holding the exact yesterday's highs right now. So we'll see if that holds. But you can see right there on the chart, yesterday's highs has turned into support. I don't know why I'm not getting these numbers. Where the hell is it? Come on, Delta One. Walter. Yeah, nice push right now. I'm still not seeing the numbers here. Let's see if I got to get them. Let me see if I can just get them on the SPY. All right, PCE price index 0.1 versus 0.3. Wholesale inventories 0.8 versus 1.4. Personal spending 0.1 versus 0.4. Personal spending down. Okay, here we go. So U.S. personal income 0.2 versus 0.6. So personal income down. Personal spending 0.1 versus 0.5 down. Core price index 0.1. 4.6 over year. Price index minus 0.1. What was the expected here? Headwind, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, price index 0.1 versus 0.3. Wholesale inventories 0.8 versus 1.4. So price index was down 0.2. Pretty flat. So not much reaction here. Personal spending, personal income is down. So that's interesting to see. I mean, we can sort of expect that, I guess. Let's see ES. Yeah, just not much yet. So a little bit of a push, but pulling back slightly off this, right off 4,200. Right off 4,200. So pull back right off 4,200 on the ES. You can see pullback right off pre-market highs on the Nasdaq. Look at that. We're literally right there at pre-market highs. Pull back right off of it. So not much right now as a reaction. Here's your reaction right now. So push, rejection. All right. I'm not going to waste, too much time just staring at this. But as of right now, guys, it looks like the reaction is pretty muted. I guess we'll see what happens intraday. We will see how this sort of reacts as we start to continue here hold on one second. I'm trying to pull up the previous quarter PCE price indexes. Oh, this is changes from month. Yeah, I don't know if this is really a good. I'm just trying to find it on the fly here, but yeah, for anyone here's your definition, guys. Right, so it's the changes in prices of goods and services purchased by consumers in the U.S. So if it's down, then that means that you're paying less. I mean, if it's down month over month, if it's down versus the previous reading, then the consumer's paying less, which is good for inflation talk. Right, it's good for inflation talk, for sure. Let me delete that. So what are we? We're down. I mean, it's so small that I think you're just not really reacting to it yet. Jackson Hole is at 10 a.m. Well, that's when he will be talking. That's when Jerome Powell will be talking. So the price index was 0.1 versus 0.3. So it is slightly down versus the expectation. So I think that's why you're not seeing any type of negative reaction here. You're just sort of seeing us hold. All right, let's just continue. Let's continue to see, keep me updated if you guys see anything crazy going on, but let's continue our preparation here. Let's go Apple. It's good in the fact that it's showing that there could be a decrease in consumer prices. That's what it's showing. So you have less than the expected consumer prices. So it's basically the price was what consumers are paying for goods. So if it's lower than what's expected, you have to, there's different ways to read it, like versus expected. Is it still high technically, right? Just because it's lower than expected doesn't mean it's actually a good number. So if it's lower than expected, you would expect the market to not die, basically. If it was higher than expected, then that would be your clap city type of move. So that since it's not higher than expected, I think that's why you're not really getting crushed here. So daily chart on Apple. If we go to the 4-hour chart, I just want to show you guys this once again. Here is your 20 SMA. That's the blue dotted lines, a daily SMA on the 4-hour chart here. That is where the Apple is holding. If I delete that, you can see that, spending, right? You can see they're spending less, making less, and prices are still technically high. So that is another way to look at it, right? You have consumer spending down, you have consumer income down, and you have PCE price index, which is still technically a higher move, or higher than previous, but just not as high as expected. So you can comprehend these things all different ways. It's about how the market reacts, in my opinion. All I care about is what the market's doing. I don't try to comprehend all of this. You're going to think you're right. The market's going to do something totally different. You're going to think that, someone else is right. It's going to do something totally different. To me, it's look at the numbers, maybe keep your, sort of get an idea of what you think happens. But at the end of the day, watch the market, see what the market does. That's really that's how I comprehend these type of events. So anyways, Apple, previous rejections into support. I like this, right? This is still bullish to me. This is a bullish pullback. You need to break over 171. If you can get over 171, I think Apple can see more upside. That's right here. That is a previous rejection point and support at 171. If you can get Apple over 171, I think you can see more upside here. So I would watch 171 on Apple today. If it rejects, I'd look for downside, right? Because this is a previous rejection point right here. So if you get a rejection, I would look for downside. But if you can break and retest 171, then I would look for the upside. Microsoft. So Microsoft's been underperforming pretty aggressively over the last few days. Okay, we're above 4,200 on the ES. Thank you for the alert. Oh, no, we're not. That's a false alert. All right, let's go back to Microsoft. So Microsoft, I think, has been underperforming the last few days. I'll show you why. So you can see Microsoft sort of been consolidating, and it's been stuck under this 278, 279 level. So this 278.50, 279 level is a previous support right here, previous support right here. Support, support, into a rejection, and into a rejection. So this is a little bit interesting on Microsoft, in my opinion. If you get a rejection today on the market, if you see downside in the market, I would expect Microsoft to reject here once again. So previous support, support, rejection, rejection, rejection. If I see the market get weakness, then I would look for this push, right? I would look for this push. I don't understand comments in the chat sometimes. Question mark, LOLY. What are you talking about? So previous support, rejection, 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 278.50. I would look for that rejection if the market is weak. If we get strong upside on the NQES, then maybe you can get a push above this level. But if we just look at the last 4 or 5 days, Look at what's happened here over the last few days. You can see rejection here on Monday, rejection on Tuesday. You didn't even quite get there on Wednesday. You rejected it on Thursday yesterday. You pushed into it yesterday, end of day, and you're already rejecting it in the pre-market. So watch for this level. This is a really big level in Microsoft. It's a level that you could definitely trade off of. Either look for the breakout and hold or look for the rejection. All right. Amazon. So here's the 4-hour chart on Amazon. This is a potential lower high. That's depending on what the market does here. So you guys can see we did hold the gap fill level. So I did get stopped out of my Amazon puts. I stopped out of them above 135 here. Just didn't like it anymore. I could clearly see the support that was built here. So the trade was no longer good. Had to take it off. You can see we're getting our push to the upside. This is the next level that I'm watching. You can see this previous support here that is potentially turning into a rejection here. So previous support right here at 137.50 into a potential rejection point depending on what the market does today. These levels go both ways. This could either be a breakout level or this could be a support level. So previous support into a rejection, or do we get the break and do we get the hold and can we play this to the upside, right? That's what I'd be looking for. This is just a really important level, 137.50 up to this 138 area. So previous support into a rejection, look for the break, look for the hold, and if you get upside, look for that to continue over this level. If you see market weakness, look for the push into this level and look for the rejection. So either way, key level here, guys. Definitely something I would be watching on Amazon today. All right, let's go Snow. So Snow had an awesome push. We're still at 41.93 on the ES. Yeah, guys, we're still rejecting those levels. So, Snow had a really, really nice push on earnings. I quickly want to show you just a gap, how this looks like on the chart. You can see we had a gap and go. So this would be the definition of a gap and go, where you gap up and you continue. You don't pull back. So here's a gap and go. You can see right here on Snow, that rhymes. Big gap and continuation, right? Previous rejection point, over it, and continuation. Very nice push on Snow, and you have that gap below. That rhymes as well. Wow, that's interesting. So what I was actually looking to trade yesterday, which I was just, when I take trades later in the day after having a nice green day, I keep them really tight, and I really just don't want to give back my profits. So I kept this one really tight. I got in right here. I'll show you guys where I got into Snow. So I was watching this 188 level, and I got in on this retest of 188. So I saw Snow push up. I saw it pull back to 188. I took a trade right here. I took a call right here looking for that push back to high a day. It pulled back on me, and I stopped out right here. I got faked out. That's sort of what happened. But I didn't want to give this trade much room. I wanted to keep it real tight. I didn't want to hope and pray that it would push higher. So I got a call here. It was a very nice setup, in my opinion. It was a nice hold of 188. And if you see, we just never lost that level. So I got a little faked out by the market here. I'm not going to lie, on Snow. Sort of definitely wish I held it, because you can see, we sort of continued higher late day. But either way, nice hold of 188 on Snow. I would look for that level to continue to hold. If that pulls back, I would look for that to hold. So 188 on Snow, that's a must-hold level. If you can hold that level, I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart. The next level that I would be watching here, if we get more continuation, would be the highs right here of around 199, 199.50, and then you're looking at your 200 level. Basically, your 200 is your next level to watch, right in this general area. So very nice. Snow continuation. If you get a pullback, look for the 188 hold. If you do not hold 188, just remember that there is some pretty big gap, a pretty big gap area down here. So just remember that as well. All right. Let's go to, I want to show you Disney because this is an interesting chart on Disney. Let me go to the 1 hour. Okay, so Disney had a gap as well. You guys remember that, right? So here's the daily chart. This is on Disney. You can see that we had a gap we had a gap that sort of it pulled back into. This was your start of your gap. Right here is your gap off earnings. The low of this candle is 117.33. Now, if I put a line at 117.33, which I will do right now, that is where that gap starts. I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart. And what you're going to see right here is Disney is starting to reject that previous low. It's starting to potentially turn that into resistance. If I see Disney turn that previous low into a rejection point here, look at this. If I see this break, retest, right, and this starts to reject here, I am definitely looking for that move. So previous low right here on Disney, turning into a rejection point right now this morning. If that stays below, I like Disney for that downside. I really do. So I'm watching this for sure. If Disney rejects here, definitely watching for this move back to the gap fill. So let's see what happens there. I don't know if I even want to show you Zoom because I really don't like it, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Just watch for this Zoom. I don't want to recommend this. I don't want to recommend trading this stock, but I know some of you guys ask for it sometimes, so I'll give it to you. I would watch this low, right, to hold around 80, and there is a gap here to the upside. I'm not sure that's going to happen. You're going to need a really, really strong market for Zoom to see any upside, but there is a gap right here on Zoom. That's why I wanted to share it, because if you could break this 87.60, you might be able to fill this upside gap. It's possible. I'm not sure I would play something like this, but it is possible to watch for that gap. I just wanted to sort of share with you guys two stocks that still have those gaps and could potentially fill. This one on Zoom would be to the upside. You're going to need a really strong market for that to work. Just make sure you know that. But watch out for that. That is a big gap on the Zoom daily chart. It is holding this double bottom on the daily chart. You could potentially see that. All right, let's pull up the ticker form real quick. Get a few more stocks in here, and then we'll get out. If you guys could take 1 second, press that like button. That would be much appreciated. That would help out the stream a lot, help out the channel. All right, I got 3 minutes. What stocks do we want? No one uses this form anymore, so we got to ask inside the chat. Shop. I'll look at Shop. SPX trade. I can go over the SPX trade. I mean, it's just playing supply, but yeah. I'll look at Google, but it has the nothing. Square, Baba. All right, that's all I got, guys. Shop, SPX, Google, Square, Baba, SoFi, HD, Netflix. All right. So let's start with Shop. Shop. So Shop's just at the bottom of that channel. That's really all it is, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if you're gonna trade Shop, it's got to be long term. It's got to be a long expiration. You can't try to intraday trade this. You got to say, okay, I like this demand, and I'm gonna trade it back to the upside here with time. I think that, okay, possibly it can come back a little bit, but I think overall it's going to hold the bottom side of the channel. That's really all you could do right now, in my opinion. So that's what I would look for. You can see it is trying to hold the bottom side of this channel. If it does, then maybe back up to 40, but I don't know. It's not the best of trades, in my opinion. SPX, guys, all I did the last few days was look for supply, right? I mean, that's all I did. So what did I do the last few days? I'm going to go to the 30-minute chart. Yesterday, I just traded this rejection a little bit. I didn't catch it as much as I'd like. So you can see rejection here, rejection from pre-market, rejection again, right? Very easy. Just playing the supply. That's it. You guys know this. So the one that I took the day prior where I made $2,000 off of was the same exact thing. All right, so we had a previous high the day prior, and we basically just traded right into it. And I just said, okay, I don't think we're going to break previous day high. I'm going to try to scale onto some puts here. So it took SPX puts here off the fact that we had supply previously. And then yesterday, you could have taken the exact same trade, supply here, and you buy puts into supply. So you can do the exact same thing today. You can see if the SPX rejects here at 4,200 and you take SPX puts at 4,200. I'm not sure that's going to work. And I also will say, if you are a new trader and you start trading SPX, you will lose all of your money. Okay? I will say that blatantly. It's the fact. It's the truth. It's the fact. It is the most dangerous option contract that you can possibly trade. Do not trade the SPX if you are a new trader. It is a very dangerous option contract. All right, so watch out for that. That's all I did on that. Google's been a shit show, honestly. I don't like anything about Google. I can't read Google. It's just a total mess. It's terrible. Look at this. So I haven't even looked at Google the last few days. So Square, I'm just sort of watching this sort of uptrend. This is something I actually was going to put on the stream today. But you can see some of these rejections right here around 75. So interesting. I would watch maybe if it can get over 75 right in there. You can see we had a previous rejection here, previous support here, and we have another rejection all right here at 75. So Square is definitely rejecting. I already did it, buddy. It's in the beginning of the stream. Previous support, rejection. You can see the uptrend. I would be careful here at 74, 75. That's where I'd be careful on Square. But watch that long-term uptrend. Big push on BABA this morning. I think China. It's all this China news, the delisting news. So really big push on BABA there. Holy crap. So daily charts, 4 hour. You guys can see right here. We had a very nice hold here around this 85. We're getting that upside push off of the news from China. Just know that BABA is sort of in this channel, this overall channel. But, I mean, if you see momentum, that's what I'd look for. I would look for maybe a break of this 107 level. This would be the level I'd look for it to break, 107 right here. If it breaks 107, then you probably can get more to around 111. And then maybe you get up to this gap fill, 117, 120, right? So you definitely can push here if you get continuation. So I'd watch the 107 break on BABA. SoFi, I don't really know. This stock's sort of just not doing anything, I would assume. I mean, yeah, this is just a total mess, guys. I would stay away from this. Yeah. So watch out, guys. All this hold. Watch out for that. Yeah. I called him buddy because he called me buddy. So why can't I call him buddy back? Home Depot. Daily chart. Nothing. Nothing at all. That's what I'll say. Nothing at all. I mean, it's just, there's nothing there. So I would probably look past Home Depot. Netflix. Netflix. Netflix here on the 4 hour. You guys can see it is trying to hold that demand down below around here. 224, 230. You're trying to hold that demand, but just watch out for this I think it was what level was that? Where was I looking at that level? I think it was on the hourly chart. You're not that guy. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, watch out for this 236. This is that previous low right here. So watch 236 on Netflix. And if you can break 236, you get up to that 240. So 236, 240 would be the areas to watch for me on Netflix. I like the hold of the 225 area. All right, guys. That's all I got. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hope you have a good trading day. Make sure to close the week strong, guys. There's nothing better than closing a Friday on the right note. Chef, what's up, man? Congratulations on your NVIDIA trade. Well done. Really well done. Nice trade. So, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you guys for all the support. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Hopefully the mic is all right for you. I'll probably look to get a cloud lifter so I don't have to speak so loud. Maybe I just got to eat the mic. I'll eat it. All right, guys. Have a great night. Have a great day. Enjoy your trading day. Make sure to stay safe out there. It's Friday, 0 DTE, so be careful. Option contracts are going to be tough. They're going to be volatile, so keep it small. Keep it tight. Wear something tight. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. See you next week. Formula One, go Max. Peace out.
Wow.